We are at subsection D of prorations. So right now we are already covered who's gonna pay for what. We've already got our preliminary title report by now. Hopefully we got a lot of things going, but we're gonna handle it. You got a real estate agent like myself, so you have nothing to worry about. So we're gonna go on to the closing costs right now, and we want the seller to contribute $1,500 if you don't mind. Okay, and that's going to be excluding costs which seller must pay already. So hey, whatever you got going on, this is going to be separate. We're just asking for this, and if he says no, then he can say no. They can come back with a counter, whatever it is, all negotiable. Hey, it's an offer. It's an offer. Going into section E, saying home protection plans, I'm always going to advise my clients to get one, have the seller apply for that right away, so you can assume that and take over. So you, anything is wrong, always remember there is always usually a layover period. So if we can get this open soon as possible and in the seller's name, he can transfer that over to us. If not, when we get it, it's not gonna start right away. So something happens on day one when we move in, we're not covered. Guess what? It's gonna be a big bill for you. So it's always good to include this in your offer. Even if you have to pay for it, it doesn't matter how it works, but I advise you to do it. So here we're gonna go with America's Home Shield, one of my favorite home warranty companies. They've gotten a lot of my clients some really good numbers, and we don't want that to exceed $1,200, and we're gonna pay for the year. So we're gonna go ahead and get that taken care of right away. Transfer of title is just, again, giving the instructions. The buyer shall tender to the seller the agreed upon purchase price, and the seller shall tender the buyer marketable title to the property free of all encumbrances. So again, we just want a clear title. We don't, and you get your money. That's how that's gonna go. Subsection 10, this is going to be Commerce Interest Community, CIC. So very, 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 very important, because again, we have time, we have business days, we have responses, we have back and forths. So again, we have to make sure that we are diligent and we know when the seller is supposed to give us these documents so we can proceed, because delaying from them means delaying us, which means defaulting, which means loss of EMD, which means angry people. So we don't want that. So again, it says that this is the law, that the seller shall request the resale package within 2 days of acceptance and provide the same to the buyer within 1 business day of getting it. So hey, all right, the seller has accepted your offer. He sent it off to you. He has 2 business days, if he lives or she lives in a Commerce Interest Community, to ask for that demand packet. And what that's going to do is it's going to send you all the rules of that community, and we get an opportunity to view it, and then we have the right to cancel by the 5th calendar day following when we receive it if we don't like it. So hey, it says we can't park on the sidewalk, says we can't barbecue out in the front, it says we can't have guests past 6, whatever it is. We can't water our lawns after 3 o'clock. You don't like it. Guess what? Due diligence. We've seen this. We don't like it. We want to cancel. So again, we don't cancel, we don't have any objections with the Commerce Interest Communities, then again, we're going to be moving forward saying that everything is okay, and therefore things will proceed. And with that being said, there are some related expenses for the demand. Usually the seller doesn't mind paying for that. The final inspection fee, of course, any capital contribution. So some communities live where they bill the owners for the roads being paved and all of those things. So if there's any balances or anything like that, who's it to be paid by? The open and close fee and the transfer setup fee. So usually the buyer does that. But again, all these things, as you see, it can be paid 50-50. It's negotiable. So don't think that it's got to be one way.